Using dynamic memory with the pointers in C++ is even very difficult job, even to experienced C++ programmers. So as you begin to use pointers and the dynamic memory allocation, we need to give extra attention to that. One of the common mistake or confusion is that I wanted to create an array element, 20 elements of integers by dynamic memory allocation new. But the correct syntax is a square bracket, but I confused with a parenthesis. If I use a parenthesis, then that is you are allocating one single integer variable, something like this, and then the value n in parenthesis becomes the initial value of the variable. But you did this one and then assuming that an array of n elements are created and continue to write the program. So using a loop, we initialize the element one by one, this initial value 0, 100, 200 and so on, and then I print it back, and then let's just see how it works. So compile the program, and then if I run it, so that's exactly what I expected. So even if I did not allocate an array, but the program works fine. Currently, this is a Mac. So in Mac computer, there is no problem using parentheses as if it is an array. But however, this is not an array. Actually, to run this program, the operating system allocates or reserves a block of memory for this process to run, and then when you have access to the locations, this happen to be within the allowed memory block, so that there is no error detected, even if the program itself is in error. And then let's see how this works in Windows using MinGW, a C++ compiler. Same program is there. And then here is on Windows MinGW. Then let's see how this works. G++ test.cpp. And then if I run it, so program runs okay, very good and like. However, if I make a copy of this program on Linux, here I signed in Linux, and then this is the same program. There, exactly the same program. Now I'm compiling on our CS Linux server, and then as I run it, then as you can see, first the 5 or 6 elements are okay. After that, we get some undesirable or incorrect result. That is since we haven't declared an array, so whatever you write may be overwritten by some other process or some other things. So the value is not guaranteed. If the access is in violation, the program crashes. If our operating system detects this address is not allowed by this program to run. But even if it's within the allowed memory space, then the results are not guaranteed because that's not correctly handled. So if I change this back to square bracket, then everything will work fine. So even in Linux, the correct program should be, instead of a parenthesis, it should be square bracket, then run it, the results are correct. So this is a very difficult one. So whenever you use a pointer, memory allocation and the like, you got to be very careful whether you are using correct syntax or semantics and the like, because in C++ there is no runtime environment. Only the actual operating system detects an error and produces error. But most modern languages eliminate this kind of a direct memory access via pointers. So like Java, it has a runtime environment. Even this kind of a pointer feature is not allowed, and then this kind of error will be detected by the runtime environment.